All right, we are live. We got Eric and Rhino with us. We're going to talk One Nation World first. Let me send a text back to the next guest. All right, so Eric, let's start out with what's your role at One Nation?
So I am a technically a national UIC. For a while, I was a Southern Ohio, which obviously we don't get much events down here. So now I help oversee all the umpires as we go.
What's been the hurdle with getting tournaments down here in Cincinnati? Just curious.
Um, it's been a combination of things. You know, park availability is always the first one that comes out. Um, it's all private parks down here, with the exception of a couple. Um, so for us, able to get into Flash Complex this past this past June with the King of the Hill was a step for us in the right direction. So we'd love to get more into the city, but again, like I said, with it being private parks and then being majority, U Trip GSL complexes, it can be challenging at times.
Yeah, I was kind of skeptical at first, but every event I played in One Nation has gone really well. It's ran well. Your website works well, so I have no complaints. I would like to see more here. I understand that some people would not, and that's probably your biggest hurdle. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I know, and I appreciate the comments. It's always good to get good feedback, and even bad feedback is good. But speaking of the Flash, we had King of the Hill. I think we had 84 total teams there at that event, but we only had two local, which I found kind of surprising. But I mean, I'm always a guy. I want to play new competition.
yep.
Give me new competition. And we had teams from New York, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Illinois, all came in here to play. And for me, it was a great chance, a great opportunity for our local teams to come up and show the other teams of One Nation what Cincinnati softball is about. And for whatever reason, it is what it is at this point. Our teams didn't do it.
I forget. I think it was sandwiched between two weekends. Oh, we lost him. He's back. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I think it was sandwiched between two weekends, and I think it was a schedule late or something. Because once my schedule's set, I don't add anything. So I think that
It
was my.
was, I think it was a little later on the dates coming out.
Yeah, he's in deep thought.
We didn't iron in the day yet because with Flash, they host a lot of baseball.
Yeah,
You know, but when they finally said, "Hey,
he's got the same internet as Chuck.
states," um, that got rained out this year. But we are set to come back next year. Should be the same weekend there in June, and we'll be at the same complex.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind. So, oh, you also do with some conference stuff, right? You're on a conference team, JBL. Is that correct?
Yeah. I get the joy and pleasure of coaching JBL, double A team in a conference. So we just had a very nice weekend out in they call it the Pocket City Duel over there in Evansville, Indiana. I was able to win the first duel, beating some great teams along the way, and then finished seventh in the second duel. So nice weekend and jumped us up four spots in the rankings.
So, there's some local guys on the team. I think I saw Roger Fields, Laser Dave. I remember from Challenge Cup, and there's some others too. Uh,
Yeah.
JBL.
So from down, yeah, close to this area, you mentioned Roger Fields. He's there with us as one of our pitchers. Steve Hendrickson, our middle guy. He was for T&W and all those years. He's up there with me. And then, yeah, a lot of guys you have at the Challenge Cup, Laser Dave, Mike Williams, John Radich, John Dombrowski, or most people call him Biscuit. Uh, so yeah, we got a nice little squad. So doing pretty well.
John Williams. That's Big John, right?
Mike Williams, sorry.
Mike.
Yeah, no, big. Yeah, we got Mike Williams. We get the little Williams.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking Big John was on a major team. That guy,
He is. He's with MPT. Yep.
he can really play.
He hits it. Yes, and You know,
He'll,
don't only they call him Big John, but his athletic ability is phenomenal.
he'll really surprise you. All right,
Yeah.
so I got your tournament bracket up here. So which one do I have up? Looks like I have the C. We got a few local
Yep.
teams. Of course, you got the Amish guys, the Salt that are always playing.
Always, always dangerous. Yep.
Young Money, which has some of the Middletown guys on it. I think Giebel was with them or still with them. I'm not sure. Adam Bailey, um, Shawblock Trucking. Is that
Yep. That's a good mix of majority Amish guys.
right? Yeah, they play D
So
youth
I guess the
football.
Amish guys on there was yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So they're stepping up playing C this weekend with us. You got Van Wert in there as well. They are actually a Conference B team. But you know, by the way our rankings are set up, they were still to be classified C with us.
who's on that Rock Run? Is that Amish
So
guys too?
should be some good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all Amish guys. Yeah. So it's the shall we say Rock Run 2.0.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be some
So
good competition in the LC this
yeah,
weekend. Tiger Fitness,
and right,
Miami.
right, like you mentioned, you're up there this weekend, right?
We're up there this
Yeah,
weekend. Tiger
yeah,
Fitness. I
yeah.
think that's the only local ones that I caught. So it'll be a lot of good competition. Um, then I'll move over to the D.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't see as many local teams on this one. Actually, I don't know if I saw any.
No, not as many local D teams. Yeah, there might be a couple if they're mixed in there. I know earlier this year we had EOS come up playing in a couple events. Who else was there?
Smash Bros.
Different
Yeah,
Smash Bros.
Different Smash
yeah. So
Bros. Okay.
we don't got too many local.
Too many local D teams. Okay.
You know, yeah. I would love to see our local teams just come out and try it. You know, play it. Uh, if they're used to playing in like GSL, it's basically the same thing, just with a couple of different rules.
You
Which
can
actually
sub
the
in,
rules that we have.
yeah, I was going to ask him.
I'm sorry.
You can sub in the hitter, right? That's one of the
Oh,
big differences. Like you can sub in a new hitter. Yeah.
co- correct. Yeah. So with us, the hitter stays with the spot. So you know, if your hitter's in a 2 hole to start the game and he's hit 3 ground balls, and all of a sudden you want to put in a new hitter in that 2 spot, that guy becomes the hitter. So that's a big advantage to a team who's got somebody who's on there who got that one swing, and they can just go in there and let it go.
Have you ever seen anybody take advantage of that?
I've only seen it happen like once. And it's usually a team who's got a pretty deep bench that can get away with it. Or if they got somebody who shows up late to a game, which that was the case I saw. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody shows up late and hey, get in there and get your 2 swings at it. So it's a big advantage, really. Like I said, if you got it.
Yeah. Is there Rhino? You have any questions for Eric?
You got One Nation's got the runner for the pitcher, correct?
Correct. So for us, we give you 1 runner per inning automatically, and then you get a optional for your pitcher. We made it optional simply because you see a lot of guys, especially at the D and E level, their pitchers are pretty athletic and pretty fast. So we don't want to hamper you and say, no, you have to have the runner. So we make it optional. Most guys take advantage of it, and I don't blame them. But yeah, so we have that. So you can get 2 runners per inning basically if you're batting through the order.
Yeah, I wish all the associations would do that for the pitcher. Just it speeds the game up, especially if you want to go time limits and stuff like that. I mean, you got to wear hockey gear when you're pitching
Correct.
nowadays. So
100%. Yeah. I mean, even that don't help sometimes. Like great example over this past weekend, both of two of our 3 pitchers, actually all 3 got hit. The Biscuit, who we talked about earlier, he took one right off the thigh, so you got no protection there. I think Roger took a nice 1 hopper off his chest, And then Mason, our other guy, he took one off his wrist and one off the top of his foot. So yeah, pitchers he got a lot of gear to wear, and that's one position I would never touch.
You got to be a little bit crazy, right, Rhino, to pitch?
Yeah, you got to have some screws loose, that's for sure.
That or a guy I used to play with used to have about 4 or 5 beers.
Yep, you can do that too. I always say the hardest thing about being a manager is, your pitcher gets lit up, and then you got to look at the next guy and go, all right, your turn.
Correct. You walk out there, you try to check on him, and of course the adrenaline's flowing for that pitcher. He does not want to come out. But as you mentioned, Fly, as a manager, sometimes you got to make that. What's the best thing here for that pitcher and for your team? So, and yeah, sometimes you got to say, come sit next to me for a game or so and see how you feel.
Yep. Let it sink in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations on the Metro win. I forgot about that. So yeah, you came all the way back to the loser bracket. Played a couple tough games in the winner bracket. You played a tough one against us, and then Tiger Fitness was on fire, so it was hard to beat them. But you guys came all the way back and did it the hard way. So congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's 2 years in a row we've had to do it the hard way. And I'll be honest with you, I thought you guys had us that night. You guys were 1 or 2 plays away from knocking us in the loser bracket that night we played. So kudos to you guys. You played hard, played what you did, and hopefully that carries forward before you go into the Worlds.
Hope so. We'll see this weekend. Looking forward to get some games on turf. We haven't played on turf since I think it was One Nation State. So everybody says it's so easy, but I've seen so many guys get in there that hasn't played on turf. Balls are coming right out the glove, right? I think it is a little bit easier once you get used to it, but you do need a few games, in my opinion.
Correct. Correct. And turf, you get more true hops, but it gets to you faster.
Yep.
And that's like you were saying, people don't understand that on turf it gets to you faster. And if there's any type of rain or whatsoever, well, now it's just going to skip and go right through you sometimes.
And I think you guys posted on the big fields this weekend, so my outfielders were getting a little fussy, but we'll work through it.
Well, the good thing is, I use some of those big fields down there, and it'll make your outfielders. They'll earn their games this week for sure. So hopefully, teams coming in, you got 4 or 5 guys you can rotate, especially if you're on 15 or 17. Those are the real big fields. But as we go farther into the tournament, we start condensing down, and you're on the 300-foot fences.
Yeah, baseball usually takes those on Sunday from what I've usually
Correct.
seen. Right?
Correct. Yeah.
So you have us on 15. So they're a little fussy.
Tell them plenty of fluids and get some sleep the night before.
Yep. You try to tell Drew Hitchcock that, and that doesn't always happen. But we'll do our best.
Drew is my dude. I took Drew with me a couple of years ago when I was with TMW. We took him up there to play in the B Worlds.
Yeah.
And he went up as a backup, and he's probably gonna get mad at me for telling this story. But we go up there, and he ends up having to go in because the guy was somebody struggling. And Drew was doing phenomenal. He's probably on his way to make an all-world. And all of a sudden, he's in left field on 14, and he just locks up. His whole body cramped at the same time. And just trying to see him run in the outfield, it's like he couldn't pick the ball to throw it. He couldn't run, go get it. And it's because he stayed up the night before hanging out with some of the guys who, were used to doing that all night. And it caught up to Drew that day. So that's what I said. Make sure you guys are hydrating and get some rest.
It's funny. I've heard that story from his side, and he left that last part out.
I'm sure he did. But Drew is a good ball player. He's got tons of talent. And he actually showed, like I said, he showed it that weekend. So he's a good guy to have on the team.
Sure is. Anything else, Rhino, before we say goodbye to Eric here?
Yeah, I got a couple questions for Eric. for people that don't know you, kind of give your history of where you started from softball wise and how you made it all the way to the conference level.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the question. So I actually started, like a lot of guys, coming out of college. We're going to go back some years. I think my first year in softball was 1997. I came in, was fortunate enough to go with a team called Freeze Concrete. They were a U-Trip D team here in the area. I got brought on with them, got to learn the game that way. And I spent before Freeze himself was done sponsoring. Took 3 or 4 years off and then ended up coming back with a team that you guys battled a lot, Usual Suspects. Neighborhood kids, we all grew up together, so we put a team together softball wise and ran that for about 3 years along the D level. We played D across the board. I was then fortunate enough to go with Woody Torline at T&W. After that, whenever I started coaching his teams for him, playing C-ball, and that's where the growth started really happening with us. We went 3 years, we went from C to B to A, 3 consecutive years. And then we spent those years there, 1 year in the A with Woody, and then they combined with, we combined T&W and Premier for a year in the conference. And then I spent a couple years with Kevin with Premier and Fort Worth there. And then this past year, Billy Lewis, who is, our guy from JBL, who's also part of One Nation, he and I talked and asked him to come along with them. So I've been very fortunate with the sponsors I've had throughout softball and taking me along, and a lot of great guys from when I first started taught me the game, and just watching how it's evolved. And then as far as the umpiring side of it, I started out just doing leagues down at River City East, working down there forum with Slim and Nikki, and just started doing leagues, doing some tournaments, and then I think I did that for about 4 or 5 years before I went to the One Nation side. And like I said, started off down here as a Southern UIC, still umpiring mainly the first year and a half, and then becoming a national UIC with One Nation, and still trying to roll that strong and keep growing the program there.
You've coached a lot of great talent at the local level. Who would you say is the best player
100%.
you've seen locally?
Ooh, oh boy, that's a very tough question. Because I don't know if I can pick just one.
Give me top three.
Because even top three.
And no particular order. I'm not gonna go to the Freeze days because a lot of people probably don't know who those were. So let's keep it local within the past 6-7 years. We're gonna say Steve Hendrickson, Mitch Lindinsky, probably very two right there. And the third one, oh man, you can, shoot, you can say Boom, Bobby Nate Jr. I could go on for a whole list with guys that I've had the pleasure of coaching in the area. See, I thought you were going to go with senior.
Well, again, seniors, right? Most of my time with seniors with Freeze. So,
right.
and that's nothing against Pops, as we call him. You talk about a guy who was a game changer. Even as he got into, he still playing senior ball now. But even in his early 50s, he was still came back and pitched a little bit with T&W for us. So it was definitely not an easy list to make with some of the talent we've had.
The crazy thing about Mr. Noth Sr., I truly believe if you put him on a D team right now, that instantly makes them the best D team around. He's that good.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's and if people out there who've never faced him, you talk about one of the nastiest knuckleballs out there. And like I said, the last year he really pitched for me was, I think it was in 2018 when we actually won Worlds. He was a 100 for us as a B team.
a complete change back then. So yeah, if you put him on if he was able to play locally, D or there's probably even a lot of C teams, he would take over a game in a heartbeat.
For sure. Eddie can still hit it.
Yes, he became a better hitter the older he got, literally, and because he learned to slap it around more instead of just trying to throw it in somewhere.
Last question for me, conference wise, who's the best player you've seen in the nation?
Best overall player in the conference. Daniel Creighton's pretty good. They call him Bama. Plays middle short for MPT. Young man can hit it, fields it. Price best overall hitters. I'm going to say Josh Riley, Kyle Pierce. Probably Riley over Pierce because Riley bats leadoff for that team. So he's got Kyle Pierce hitting behind him. So so he's got to set the table for KP. But those three guys stick out pretty easily to me as guys who are just at the top of their game and they just do it year in and year out. And I guess I can't forget my teammate. I better not forget my teammate, John Radich. Ratty's in, I think, the top 3 or 4 right now in the conference and overall. So, and he's.
Oh, we froze up.
Yep. Oh, there he's back. Maybe.
Did I lose you?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, Radich. I got to play a year with Radich when we were with the Seminoles, and that dude's he's unbelievable.
Yeah, and again, he's another one who, a handful of years ago, he was playing, C-ball with his game has evolved, and he can do it all. He base hits it, he hits the power, and he's got a pretty good eye at the plate.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else, Rhino?
No, I'm good, man. I appreciate you coming on, Eric, and good luck this weekend in the tournament.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Appreciate you, Eric. Talk to you soon. All right. So we got some other guys coming on here in a little bit. They're not ready yet, so I figure we can go over the state. Probably not a ton to talk about, but we can go over that real quick. Let's see. All right, there we go. Shaw Block. They didn't win it, but they got second. I think I picked them to win it. Yeah. Did you know this Charm Builders team?
No. I know they're Amish as well. So.
Oh, okay. Surprise.
Yeah, shocker, huh?
Yep.
Did you see the clip of the Amish women playing too?
No, boy, I would love
to see that. Yeah, I think they're gonna Amish are taking over.
Oh man.
No level safe.
That means they're gonna be coming to play co-ed too and everything else.
Oh yeah.
So I got the C here, and the Runner Rebels finishing third.
Nice run for them.
Yeah, congrats to them. I think I might have saw Doug was having some health issues. I don't know for sure, but hopefully he's okay. I kind of saw that offhand on the Facebook world. Also, Tiger Fitness made a decent little run down here. So congrats to them as well. Good local showing. And then the E, again, I don't know if I would, we only know a few of the local teams, but TCS, another second place finish. So congrats to them. Good run.
Just win the big one, man, and it's all them second place finishes are worth it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they're a first year team or maybe a second year. So I mean, good on them for fielding a good team and making a bunch of good runs this year. They've been real consistent. All right, so I don't know where those Yahoos are from Odd Sox, but I'm sure they'll either stop in there, or I guess maybe they won't. We'll see. So we'll move on to the GSL World. Let's go here.
Yeah, I think that TCS team's down there in the E this weekend.
Are they? Well, let's start with that.
I think I saw them.
So we got the Zoo. That's a local team. They've been up and down, but they definitely have a good shot. Let's see who else we got on here. TCS, there they are, playing Dream Home Mortgage, 9:10 a.m. I don't see any others off the top of my head. But have you ever played in the GSL Panama City World?
I have not. I think this is only the second year they've had it down there, but I have not been down there for GSL. Only WSL.
I was curious to see if the atmosphere was similar.
I didn't. So I heard a rumor that they cut the D off at 20 teams and only got 15, which I don't understand how you can cut a world tournament off at 20 teams. But
so, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, it looks like they're doing it all at the new complex, and maybe that's the issue.
That's a good thing because I'm not a big Frank Brown fan.
I don't mind it until it rains, but you also have the batter box issue where
batters boxes are terrible.
Yep. So I got the C up here. We got Steve's the reigning champs returning to give it a good run. We'll see how they do. I think that's the only local team. Last year there was a bunch of local teams down there. I felt like it were. And then I'll pull up the D.
Could you imagine the backlash when Steve's wins this? They're going to say they won the C World Tournament back-to-back years, and people are going to complain that they didn't get bumped up.
Yeah, they might. So we got Tripods, 10-20 in the D against Coastal Elite. Good luck to them. Legacy versus Auto Joe's.
Two local teams matched up together.
Two local teams. Wild Things versus HSC Fantasyland, 11:30. Oh, this looks like that's Frank Brown, right? FBP.
Yep.
Okay, so they do got some games there. And then we have Odd Sox versus Soul Bros, first round matchup.
That sucks.
It does. You fly all the way down there and you play the same team you played in the Metro. So good luck to all those teams. I like Panama a lot. It's a great place to play a world tournament. There's a lot of things to do. There's condos on the beach. It's really a great setting. Are you a Panama guy?
I love Panama.
Yeah. I like Vieira's complex, but the experience overall in Panama is better.
See, I'm not a beach guy. I'm more of a pool guy, but I still enjoy Panama tremendously.
Yep. No crazy wind. It rains, but it's going to rain over here too.
I truly believe this. Looking at Legacy's roster and some guys that they picked up, I think this is not without knowing the other teams, but I think this is their tournament to lose. They've got Gabe Long playing with them this weekend. I saw they picked up T Garden to be their hitter this weekend.
Oh, they picked up Mike?
Yep.
Okay. And then who's Gabe Long? Do I know him?
He's a guy from down in Kentucky. He can pretty much do it all, outfield, pitching. I'm assuming he's going to pitch for him this weekend. He did a pretty good job. He does a pretty good job on the mound. He was that pitcher that pitched for Tiger Fitness when we played him last year with you in John King's tournament.
Yeah, he's good. The Odd Sox guys are texting me.
Yeah, I got a notification. What did Gertie say?
He asked him if he still wants to come on. I said, yeah, come on. I want to see you live from Panama. Hunter, I'm guessing he made it. Didn't he? He skipped out on the Challenge Cup, didn't he?
I'm not sure.
I think that's the rumor I heard. So hopefully he made it. I like Hunter. Callan, stud.
Yeah, he can hit it.
Okay, yeah, good looking team. Hopefully they do win it, and then they'll definitely have to play C next year. Well, they could do the thing where they keep 3, I guess. And that's about it.
Yeah, I'm rooting for my buddy Mike Glasgow on that team, man. He's one of the most underrated guys in the city.
Oh, where do you know him from?
He played with my SBC team last year, left-hander, usually batted in the 3-hole for us. He's one of them guys that doesn't say anything, so nobody really knows who he is, but he hits about 700 every weekend, a legit 700.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. There's not many of those.
No, he's like I said, everybody throws that 700 number around, but he and Jordan Talon are pretty legit when it comes to
Talent's a
batting
tough
average.
out. He can go both ways. Hit you a bomb if you need be.
Yeah, that's the same way with Mike. The only thing Mike doesn't do well is he don't run really well, but he'll get you. He'll go take 2 bases on you if you need him to.
Gotcha. All right, Odd Sox guys, are you coming? He's texting me right now. And then we got the post Metro drop. We usually get about 60 to 100 viewers. I think we got 15 this week. So I don't know what it is about the Metro that makes people want to stop playing softball. But it seems to. I don't know. The leagues dry up. I guess people move on to football season.
That's crazy.
Come on, Gertie. I don't know. Anything else going on?
I think there's Armco's got a tournament this weekend, WSL.
Yeah, they had a bunch of WSLE teams, right?
Yep.
Saw OTF up there.
Then River City West has got some wrestling going on Sunday, Battle of the Border.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I saw that. Are they going to do it right there on field 1, or what are they doing?
I'm not sure where he's going to have the ring set up, but I'd imagine it's going to be on 1 or 4. Should be a good time. I think I'm going to bring the kids down.
What time does that kick off?
I want to say 4, possibly 5, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I might wander out for that. Weren't you saying he wanted us to be managers or something?
Yeah, he wants, which I don't mind the managerial part, but then he wants to chairs and nut shots and stuff like that. I don't.
Oh, he wants us to take some bumps?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I heard that ring's not too soft either. Not as soft as you would think.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll get hit with a chair in the back. I've got no problem with that. But it's where he's got planned. He wants a midget to headbutt one of us in the nuts, and I can't go for that.
Yeah, that's not something that I've ever wanted. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what got that going? Why do you want to do it at River City? What was the thought there? Did he tell you?
He has like 6 different venues that he goes to and just travels around. And I guess he thought he'd have a good draw at River City. I know he tried it once before and got rained out, so this might be the first time that it's actually over there. But I've been to his events before, and he usually puts on a good show. Denham's a good guy.
Oh, he's the best. I went to a few shows back when he was in Harrison, and I knew he moved after that. I actually saw Marty Jannetty there one night, if you're familiar. Yeah. I just watched the documentary last week too, so that was funny. All right, what is he doing? He says he's coming on. All right, I guess maybe they're not coming. All right, well, I guess maybe that's it for this week. You got anything else?
No, man. Good luck to everybody down in Florida. Good luck to you guys up in Columbus, and we'll reconvene next Wednesday.
All right, I'll be here. See you.
See you, man. Later.